at the shield and just being always 7 seconds is insane. This champion has really high skill expression, but it's also the general win rate right now, even in solo queue, is through the roof. I think it actually just got put over the edge.
I'm completely with you, but the producer just said something very...
It's Lucian Melio picked first for Flyquest. They wanted to draft this because they're saying you can't pick Ashe Seraphine into it. The Corki Nami is the response, and your response is getting blasted? That's, I don't know, maybe chat's been having a couple of drinks.
Boomers versus the Zoomers here, fighting it out in the bot lane, and a little scrap over here.
Man, I really want Vulcan's hat. That's a damn nice hat. Anyway, Blabber going in, looking for the play onto Griffin as he tries to turn it around, but no, it's first blood, and they give it over to APA's Cassio.
This is a classic here, especially with the Blabber-Griffin matchup. Bottom lane still going.
Yeah, Sven has to flash away. He's only got 100 HP, but Masu flashes forward with a double shot. Flyquest both sides have 4 legs, but one side has horse legs, and the other side has people legs.
Wait, Raptor gank.
Okay, hold on, Blabber again, making a huge play with the Dragon's Rage as APA talks.
Trapping behind the Raptors here, genius.
Yeah, Blabber again looking for the play. Dragon's Rage knocks him right back to the petrifying gaze. It's a wombo combo of the highest degree as Griffin falls again. Meanwhile, bottom side, C9's bot lane might be behind, but they're staying alive.
All right, I got to ask chat now, who do you believe in more? Is it jungle diff or is it bot lane diff? Because the jungle diff is resulting...
There's numbers on the screen. The Cassiopeia is more ahead than both Masu and Cryogen put together, Kobe. As now, the fight over the dragon begins. C9 have control over the pit. Masu and Cryogen, they're feeling strong, they're feeling powerful, and then they look at the rest of the scoreboard, they press tab, and they're not feeling so great.
Because Sion ulted down to bot to farm. Yeah, Sion could still TP, but Sion without ulti, much less threatening, so C9 not even going to contest this. Can't find a pick mid, and Flyquest down one.
His way down here. Thanatos has teleport if C9 want a full commit to this. Sven backing away for now. Loses about 40% of his HP. Flyquest, control over the Drake, down to half health. APA looking for his entry into the fight. Blabber, keep your eyes on the Lee Sin. He wants to try to go in, goes for the kick onto Griffin, but the Dragon is going to be secured by Flyquest. C9 looking for a little bit more as the Herald tries to get Masu away to safety. Thanatos has already arrived. Summoner spells committed by C9, but ultimately for naught as Flyquest stopped the staff.
That was really well played there by Griffin. He just pops out with the Crescent Guard.
Your Corki has been chunked and had no flash, and your Cassio really needs some, space to work with.
Yeah.
APA can pump. He's got a really good lead, and he has both.
Pumping.
He's ticked over to 10 stacks.
The charge towards quad, flash away from the Victor, keeping him alive for now. Flyquest trying to make sure they can rescue their mid laner, but Masu's already going to take a lot of damage. Blabber goes for the kick. Nicely done yet again. Griffin between 2 enemies as quad dies. Vulcan grabbing the kill on that one. Masu tries to get away, but no, APA's in a killing spree. Gakos tries to get something done, but it will not matter. That is 3 for nothing C9. The game was at a pivotal point, and it breaks in C9's favor.
Much better planning from Cloud9 on this one. They are there ahead of time. They make the trailing side lane play here with both solo laners going top to get the early advantage, and even though Flyquest try and teleport over.
I talked about the importance of the start of the fight, and the start of the fight was just horrible for them. It's Quad having to flash away, it's Masu getting chunked out, it's, Flyquest not in position there. So great play from C9, and Blabber has just been on one in this game.
Yeah.
Really looking good, looking so decisive. Lee Sin back in the meta, and now he has his Sundered Sky done, probably working in towards a GA as that 3rd item, and he is just crushing it.
I really love... Oh, hold on. I don't love when I'm down to 100 HP, nearly getting bursted by the enemy bot lane duo, but I really love when Lee Sin is back in the meta for jungling because he is so skill expressive, because a poorly played Lee Sin is crap. He doesn't do anything, but a well-played Lee Sin, a Lee Sin like what Blabber is doing so far, makes plays out of nothing.
And the jungle matchup is going to be so important throughout this series. Blabber obviously dominating in the first one. This is Griffin versus Inspired and Blabber, who a lot of people are looking at as some of the very best junglers in the league, top teams in the league. When you think back to Lock-In, he got dominated by these junglers. That was the story of the series. More recently, yes, they did lose to Cloud9 1-2, but that was still a way more competitive series from Griffin. He was in there, giving as good as he got.
Now, here in the top side, we got another play coming in from C9 as Gakos just drops. Blabber goes on a killing spree here, 3-0-4 on the Lee Sin, 100% kill participation, maintaining that stat.
Then going for the second Raptor play, Blabber's playing, and then to go punish Griffin there again. And getting Griffin kind of 2 deaths around Raptors early on in the game helped, and maybe...
Oh, Blabber goes in, trying to find the kill. Masu also taken very low. Griffin staying alive right now thanks to the Crescent Guard, but he finally falls. APA and Blabber have way too much damage. Masu is down to 400 HP. The Lucian has to get all the way away. Gakko's trying to survive as Blabber and APA go over the wall. They are unafraid entirely of what Flyquest can try to respond with. As C9 gonna walk it out here. APA just walks through with the Void Grubs, tanking most of the damage. Blabber there with a safeguard. Quad now, staying decently healthy, but no, Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike. Blabber forces him back yet again as Cryogen down to 50 HP, dies to APA as he wants even more. Masu and Quad trying to escape, but no. Frost Bomb takes out Masu. Quad flashing underneath the tier 2 turret here in the top side as Blabber will finally remove the last vestiges of HP from the tier 3 turret. Nope, never mind. They're going to go after Gakko's first. It's actually the turret destroyed by Vulcan of all people, as C9 11-1 are showing why they were the top seed heading into playoffs here. They picked Flyquest. Griffin said, oh yeah, well, we're going to know who's responsible once we beat you guys. That sure didn't happen in game number 1. It was a Blabber and APA masterclass here from the mid-jungle duo as they just continue patting the stats here a little bit longer. Decimating Smash finds its target. Blabber goes unstoppable, 12-1. GG, Cloud9 take the first game. Squishy Enchanter type of champions, this character can really be a problem diving onto those high-value targets. So Caitlyn, Bard, Jace, all very good for Nefiri to lock on.
Absolutely, and I'm just thinking about for Masu here,
it's kind of a battle, both sides. Like whoever wins this, it's pretty nice for the game. More important than normal. It's not just like a whatever bot lane, like you really want things to swing in your favor. Like I think in this, I can't see before, but because we got pushed, we have the opportunity to look for something like this, which we're planning before the game if we got shoved. It was pretty nice. Like it pretty much set up our like win condition early in this game, and if we get cruising, then life is good.
And talk about game 1 because
this is the second game out of 2 that Gakkos is on a carry, but now Flyquest making the move down here in the bottom side. Cryogen flashes forward, tries to find the Tempered Fate. Ain't gonna get it, but Sven's already in some trouble. Quad putting down the damage, and Sven dies. Flyquest find their kill.
Really nice roam here from Cull. So he's kind of like, well, I'm already screwed. I can't fight him with a longsword, so I may as well buy a Cull and hope that I get some random kills or I get some random plates and we can come back in the game.
Well,
about, I think 57 or something like that rosters, so they are one of the ones with the most experience here.
Ooh, Tempered Fate forces the flash out of Sven, and now Vulcan is going to be the target. They full commit onto it. Flyquest grab themselves their second kill, bring this game back to a close gold state, but C9 still trying to get something back. This teleport's going to arrive very late, though. Early game teleports are slow, and that just means that Flyquest are getting away with it.
Yeah, I mean, meanwhile, technically, yeah, Blabber is getting the Void Grubs, but all the attention paid down towards bottom lane's not over.
Yeah, it's not done yet as Sven gets picked off. C9 got a little bit too comfy, thinking everything was done. Flyquest hang around and pick up another kill.
Now topside, they're going to go for the counterplay dive.
Okay, they want to immediately stoke the tower aggro with Blabber because he can use the Call of the Pack to get himself away. Nicely done. Thanatos staying alive.
Yeah, definitely is going to be a big, playmaker for this game too.
Ooh, Sven gets caught here by the Tempered Fate. Realm Warp about to arrive. Flyquest, wham, bam, gets it done there. They commit some resources, but it pays off.
That's why Bard is always so heavily prioritized into the Ashe Seraphine. And that was a beautiful combo. Cryogen now is under attack from Blabber, though. He should be able to Magical Journey to safety. Yeah, but you just easily hit your ultimate, and then if Caitlyn is in range, trap combo, instantly dead Sven. Timing on Dragon 2 is perfect for them, so the time they chose to make this play and this attempt at the pick also just works out for the game plan.
I mean, Caitlyn has been kind of the counterplay to Stasis, Zhonya's, whatever you want to call it, since people have been using it frequently in League of Legends. So pairing her together with a champion that can force your opponent into stasis, just very, very powerful combo. You can see, however, multiple first items being completed across lots of different roles as Gekos and Cryogen trying to maintain a position of defense here from the top side. Griffin also showing up, but C9 is committing more men. It's a 4-man play to enable Thanatos to take the tier 1 turret. Meanwhile, Sven ghosting away from Masu over here in the mid lane, just trying to stay alive. Level 7 versus River. Reminder that it's very likely that a couple of these teams, maybe both of these teams, maybe neither of these teams, if everything goes
at least one
crazy.
of them.
That would be
I personally
crazy.
guarantee it.
Yeah, I can almost guarantee
Bottom lane from Flyquest here with just a couple of quick plays. So maybe that does open up an opportunity for them to punish, because you
It's
have
not just his carry play, it's his tank play as well. He's actually undefeated on Sion now.
Okay, Griffin forced back here, losing half HP to APA's burst. And this is exactly what the doctor ordered. Isn't that right, Dr. Azael? C9, they grab this dragon. It delays the Flyquest stack. It means that Thanatos doesn't have to group with everybody.
now the Flyquest bottom lane is much more capable at fighting with the side lane pick.
Oh, beautiful shot coming in from Sven. The enchanted crystal arrow weaves a spell, and Gekos is already down. However, Vulcan gets locked up inside the rune prison. Now Quad's got to try to get away. Cryogen looking to protect him as Flyquest make it an even trade here.
Wow, that was really well played from Flyquest getting up there. I thought the Quad was going to die for sure, but this is the cost. Yorick crushes towers.
Extended fight naturally has to favor you, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a high consistent damage.
Okay, meanwhile, consistent damage not required. Cryogen found in his own jungle, and C9 gets the pick. Now Griffin's got to be careful. Thanatos finds a little bit more damage there with the ghouls, but C9 going to take the tier 1 turret.
Shout out to the observers too. Turning off the lights there, showing the vision from Flyquest side. And then APA is able to sneak into the brush, makes the bursty play again. Nice proto belt
for a long time. You know, he has been the one tasked with getting vision back, being able to move up and put himself in these dangerous spots. Masu.
Okay, Thanatos moving forward, finds Masu there with the Dark Procession, but Thanatos just going to walk away from that one. Perfectly walks in between the traps as well.
And he actually desynced himself from his Maiden and has the Maiden still pushing bot. So while he's making a play towards mid, trying to push out Caitlyn, he's pushing bottom and helping out with the Dragon. Flowers, your votes are making a lot of sense. I mean, get to it.
Flyquest trying to find a pick here. Okay, that was, honestly, I respect the cheeky attempt from APA to just recall in the brush, but the Scryer's plant finds him out.
I think that was actually his teleport in the brush, it looked like. So he's down a teleport. You know, he did not have his ultimate up and available, so not like you're going to fight your way out. So they're going to force now, because not only is he dead, when he respawns, he can't TP.
Okay, I like this from Flyquest. Forcing the Baron, forcing the issue. C9 has to respond here in a 4v5. Thanatos caught in a bad spot. This is exactly what Flyquest need. Masu goes on a killing spree. Flyquest now with a 5v3. Sven, Vulcan, and Blabber trying to do something about the Baron. Flyquest, it's only Quad that's actually hurt. Sven tries to flash away, but Griffin goes in, goes after him. Griffin gonna be taken low, but it's Vulcan taken out. Griffin finally dies. Sven's gonna follow though, as Blabber tries to get away over the wall. A double kill. Back over to Masu, making an ace for Flyquest.
Flyquest, they see the angle, they make a pick and immediately force on Barry. They get the third Dragon here. Flyquest, honestly too, sometimes if you feel the game kind of collapsing around you, I feel like the last couple of fights, they were like, there's not a lot of ways for us to approach, and we really like...
Flyquest into the pit. They see C9 doing it, but C9 has hella DPS on this thing. Griffin is over the wall. It could be a smite fight. Tempered Fate down onto the jungler over the wall. And Flyquest with a beautiful combo, steal it away. Griffin has to sacrifice his own life to do it, but Fly will take that trade. Hold on, Blabber jumping in. Blabber! That was terrible! Blabber just sends himself straight into the grave, makes it a 4v4 on the map.
It's good fight, by the way. Yeah, don't be scared. I think that's it. We got it.
And think back to at the start of the day when we played our teaser video for the road to Arizona, hearing from the players, talking about what makes them want to turn up the heat going towards the playoffs, and Griffin talked about that feeling when you're just playing a really good game of League of Legends, and that was a really good play right there as Masu protected now by the Tempered Fate, getting himself away for now, still getting chased down by the dogs, and APA into the back line with a big Tibbers as Quad gets bursted down next. C9 have found their counterpunch, and Flyquest teeth are on the floor.
What an insane counter! APA teleports behind, comes from the flank. Sven on the side in the fog of war to hide his Ash Arrow, hits it, and now Cloud9, they're the ones that are actually looking to end.
That's game. That's game. They're going to end here, I think. That was it. There was no cleanse from Masu. There was no Mikhails from Cryogen. They catch Masu, and then the brilliant TP flank from APA. Just like that.
No matter how good of a board game you play, you are not going to defend 1v5. Nobody on Flyquest alive. C9. No matter how dark it looks, they find their way back in. 32 minutes into the game, C9 goes to match point.
That is insane. They find the window. I don't think Masu saw it coming because he had his flash.
For Griffin, see if he can be, I mean, they've built comps around him carrying before, and since they have a Lulu, which is, you know, something they could use with Nasus as well, they decide, you know what, it's fine. I'll be with the Shyvana as well.
It's Thanatos with the Twisted Fate top lane versus having it mid. Now here in the bottom side, Griffin's coming around for the gank. Sven and Vulcan got to be a little bit careful here. Vulcan locking up Cryogen, pulls him back in here with the dredge line. Honestly, Vulcan doing a lot of work. Sven fires back here too. Cryogen is low. What a mess from Flyquest! Good lord! Vulcan with a flash forward. He wants to find even more. APA arrives here with the teleport.
Potentially.
Okay.
Blabber's only level 5 though, I think.
Horses are being held.
Yeah.
Level 6 here on APA, but it looks like, nah, C9 doesn't want to full commit to this. Griffin, not only with the level 6, has all of his fury, ready to transform.
Not much you can do since your jungler showed on bottom side of the map, and then Bessa continues to farm as well.
He can look, but he can't touch.
Yeah, you can look. You can place a ward in there. Everybody can look, but no one's touching.
Except for Blabber.
Boys. Okay, let's...
Even walking over, but he's recalling now. Gakkos has 4 members.
Yep, it's the 4-man play. Thanatos gonna eat the early tower aggro. Gakkos staying alive for now. Tries to survive it. Ain't no way. C9 gonna grab their second kill,
I think. And
okay.
Griffin is in the area. Maybe we're gonna get a fight.
Okay, APA pops the blast cone, wants to make sure that Griffin can't use that. Ooh, APA missing Spiraling Despair. That's Flyquest seeing their opportunity to go in. Vulcan gonna be your target here as Quad steals away the Nautilus ultimate and buries him with his own move. Nicely played there by Flyquest to finally get their first kill, but it's still C9 securing the objective.
Yeah, they get the objective, and they do get out. It costs Blabber a flash, and it's still, Griffin used one to engage too, so pretty close on the summoner spells, and it's just the 1 kill worth of gold for the objective.
And it's kind of that rule in League of Legends where sometimes the threat of an ability, hold on now, Masu in some danger. Blabber coming down here into the bottom side, looking to make the move, but he only finds the public execution towards Cryogen. Lulu just killed Ambessa. That's not part of the lore in Arcane, as Quad gets a kill in the mid lane as well. APA falls. Flyquest succeeding in 2 separate places. Thanatos tries to get the dive on the Quad here in mid lane. Cloud9 turns to Cloud9. Raz honked the nose again. Flyquest popping off.
You asked how to come back. How about a series of plays like that? Masu flashing away from the ult from Ambessa. They get the kill in the 2v2 down bot side. Then they get a 2v1 kill on APA. Then Thanatos ult mid trying to kill Quad under the tower. But he's got a stun. He's got Kingslayer. That thing heals you for so much. And Thanatos finds out about it.
Just hands diff. Hands diff.
They are calling it, and the Silas Flash is down. Honestly, game still very even overall in terms of gold, but now here comes the dive. Flyquest lining it up, beautifully done. Quad with a stolen public execution. He has now killed Vulcan with a Nautilus ult. Yeah. He has now killed Blabber with an Ambessa ult. He is making sure these guys learn their lesson.
Quad ate his Wheaties for sure. He's popping off now, snowballing these kills. 6 stacks Dark Seal for this Silas. He is going to scale like a monster as well. And has some very good ults to steal. You know, you highlight it. It does feel bad to get killed by your own. Yeah. He's done that multiple times.
And take control over the Herald. However, APA does not have Spiraling Despair down here on the bottom side. Quad going after Thanatos. Twisted Fate can go ahead and drop a gold card and just teleport himself away there with his ultimate. Thanatos' Twisted Fate not doing a whole lot so far this game as Flyquest ready to collapse here from the Rift Herald. It is slain by Blabber, but he can't get to the eye.
Quad making money moves around the map. He just beats up the Twisted Fate. Twisted Fate is with the control. Wherever Silas is, you got to give them some space, some room. Split Pushes is getting some distance, but honestly, Gakkos can just catch the wave anyway. So Flyquest have it really under control here. Nice moves now. This is why you always love watching this team as they overcheck. Okay.
Not quite. C9 staying alive for now. However, Griffin with the Dragon's Descent flies into the C9 lines, and Vulcan is already dead. C9 just seems completely scrambled.
Yeah, they are just not able to deal with this whatsoever, and they didn't even have to spend a lot to do it. Really just the Shyvana ult. They held on to the Stolen Nautilus ult. They didn't use Sivir ult. They didn't use a lot, and they are pushing mid here. Going to be able to knock down this tower as well. APA is pushing on the side lane, but the top lane tier 1 probably going to fall to Gatghost. Flyquest taking full control over this game. They have the Dragon lead. It's an incredibly strong soul.
Ooh, but now Griffin in some danger. Gets caught out there by the gold card, flashes over the wall, and Blabber aims crooked there on the public execution. So now they got to use the Hex Gates to try to catch up, but Flyquest is working to protect their top laner, and that just means, or their jungler, excuse me, and that just means Blabber is forced to flash back over the wall.
Yeah, Blabber always really wants to punish Griffin after Griffin starts taking off, it looks like, in these games, and wanted to Hexgate over to chase him, but the rest of the teammates were there, so he immediately has to flash back over. Now a teleport in for a teleport flank mid.
Sven knocked up by the Stolen Nautilus ulti, and here comes Gatghost. C9 got to try to get out as the Twisted Fate ulti ready to channel. Blabber is already down. Flyquest has woken up here in
Stack Dark Seal, so all the extra value, and he's split pushing right now, getting a lot of extra money. They're kind of trading with top and bottom side at the moment. Eventually, the extra person here for Cloud9, they do get the actual tower itself, and they've clearly opted to, okay, fine, you know what, we can't fight you, you're stronger than us, we're not gonna fight this, so we'll try and get the...
Maybe find some sort of a flank angle here on a C9. Quad stealing away the Spiraling Despair as the ulti from the Twisted Fate is about to come in. C9 firing back right now. Vulcan staying alive only for a moment. Abscond, Abduct finds the target. Thanatos about to drop here as well. C9's team fight just sucks. Flyquest engage all the way. They find their mark, and they find it 3 separate times.
It's beautiful. It starts with Griffin just bullying Blabber out of his jungle. He steals a Grump in front of his face and then watches him recall from top lane and says, all right, boys, let's go engage on C9. Their jungler is in the fountain. And they just get the teleport here from the Cassante. So you can see Blabber now walking from base because he was pushed out, as we were talking about. And their teleport in from Gatghost means they just pincer the people in mid.
Yep, and Gatghost, knows Thanatos is pretty much dead to right, so he just goes right past him, forces the flash onto Sven. Solo lanes, ended up dying to Quad, and everything kind of started to really snowball in Flyquest's favor. So,
and we just did see Shyvana, I guess the 17 has not updated on the scoreboard, but we saw it.
And a Serpent's Fang, there is no comparison in the damage output between these characters.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is, with Mikhail's, with the Lulu behind you, with Barrier, with even let me remind you of Flowers All-Pro votes
I
here.
know, all 3 votes now feel silly.
Now he's
foolish,
raging out.
Nonsense. Yes, I am
He's
crashing
lashing out at him.
Twisted Fate is so garbage, he makes my goat look backyard, barnyard wash.
I mean, I will say, it has not been working out for them, but some of it was some self-inflicted wounds with that ult mid lane that did not work out. Quad having the big outplay, putting him behind, and Quad now finding him again.
Yep, Quad's going after him. He steals away the ulti, ready to try to chase if he needs to. Goes for the abduct, doesn't find him, but now he jumps right on top of where Thanatos is running. Yes, there's a gold card, but Quad is still after him. Flash for flash. The whips, the chains, the pain. Quad picks up another one.
Yeah, you're not getting away, buddy. I don't think APA is getting away either.
Nope, APA's Hui has also not found any success at all this game. 0, 2, and 0. Cloud9 only has 2 kills to their name, and APA has not been a participant in either one.
And I gotta say, the more we're watching this series, the more it feels like Masu is leaving Sven in the dust. He has been playing so well throughout this series here again, in a really good position. It does feel like they have this one wrapped up.
Yep, Flyquest going for the end of the game right now. Both C9 solo laners dead for more than 20 seconds as Blabber and Sven try to clear away the minions. The next wave already about to arrive. Griffin has his rage bar fully filled. Does have Death's Dance as well, and he drags himself into the middle of the fight immediately with a Dragon's Descent. Griffin's going to take a ton of damage, but the first Nexus Turret is already down, as is Blabber. Flyquest full sending, Flyquest ending. C9 Nexus will not stand. 14 14-3. Flyquest hit back, and we got ourselves a series.
Man, when Flyquest pop off.
Yuck. I don't like the Yunara here. I agree with you, Isaac. I feel like this lane
Quinn counter pick.
Whoa! Okay, so we said we like seeing Gakgos on carries. We don't want to see him on tanks, and he picks the solo queue counter.
Dragon as well. Pretty easy collapse here for Cloud9 since you see Nocturne and Griffin up there farming those grubs.
That being said, even with the gold lead for Gakgos, you know, Dom touched on it. Everyone knows it. Quinn, it's tough to team fight on this champion. Unless you can kind of get, you know, around behind and get in on the AD carry and zero them out. It's very, very difficult because you're looking at Wukong, you're looking at Aurora, you're looking at all of this burst. You fly in there, you get knocked up by the Cyclone. Cleanse or not, you might just be getting one shot by the damage coming out just through side lane, but Gakgos could be in trouble here. We'll see if they're sneaking around on him.
Yeah, Blabber's making his way up top. Thanatos goes for the flash, Ruthless Predator. Gakgos has already spent the cleanse, now goes for the flash, trying to get away, but Blabber's ready to follow here with the R1, R2, don't matter. First blood over to Thanatos.
There we go. The jungler's getting involved now with the flash, with the ultimate from Blabber. They can secure it. And honestly, the CS difference is not very big, so the Quinn didn't get a lot of advantage even with a long time of 1v1 laning. So Blabber bides his time. He makes it count here for Thanatos, and Thanatos is taking that gold lead.
Yeah, and Blabber even sticks around long enough to make sure that they get 2 plates off of the turret. Sometimes you don't want to knock down the turret too soon, but this time around, Thanatos would love to get out of this lane. Meanwhile, bottom side, APA coming around, looking to make play number 2 here for the C9 boys. Cryogen tries to turn it around here with a pop, lost him, gets all 3, but the weirding misses. Cryogen staying alive for now. Meanwhile, Griffin makes his way into the back line, and Flyquest with a massive counterpunch. Do not lose a single man. C9 with a massive blunder.
Before they get there.
Yeah, Cryogen's pretending to be Masu, but C9, of course, knows that he shouldn't be around here. The Infernal Drake going to be claimed there by C9 as Griffin goes in, tries to find the kill onto Blabber. True Shot Barrage comes through. Blabber very low, trying to get himself away. Tether drops down to Griffin, who's forced to flash back over the wall. A big pop blossom from Cryogen for the second time this game. Flyquest are going to grab a kill off of it, but Sven gets Cryo back. Now he's going to find a second one there on the Gakgos. Sven with a double kill, trying to outplay him and slay him as Masu goes forward, needs a couple more auto attacks. Finds them, and Flyquest get a full ace 14 minutes in.
Oh my goodness, that engage was...
That's the right response to have after a pop blossom like that, and now APA trying to get away here, but Griffin again making the moves down to the bottom side. Seismic shove seals the deal, and Quad is on a killing spree.
That's rocks. Honestly, though, all Nocturne right there. When you're going to ult onto the Aurora, you know immediately just start running towards the center because there's not enough distance for her to break the tether on going through the side, and so Griffin still gets the tether, and they get the chase down on the kill.
And that's the difficulty, you know, when you are playing against a Hexblade Nocturne, you're getting all of the move speed from the ultimate, you're getting the
They finally get themselves on the board, and now here in game number 4, they have a commanding lead. I believe this is by far the largest gold lead early on so far in the series, just about 17 minutes in, and it's over 4,000 in Flyquest's favor.
And now you get the fun time of the game because it really shines when the outer towers start to go down and you have more room to play with these Nocturne, Talia, and Quinn plays. We saw one of them on the side lane, you know, punishing APA. But those
just before that, for the trade.
APA got to be careful here as Flyquest approach the Drake. C9 have control right now. Griffin only 40% HP, turns off the lights, ready to maybe ult in, but the Cloud Drake is already secured by Blabber and C9. Griffin's got to be careful, flashes back over the wall. Vulcan under pressure, C9 looking to turn it around. Masu's going to get caught. Masu shot down. Gakgos finally arrives as C9 are still fighting. Thanatos goes forward. Gakgos, no summoner spells, keep it in mind, but he gets himself away for now.
And then Blabber gets saved right there, so there's no counter kill.
Yeah.
Oh, but we're right back to live, and we're right back to Flyquest looking for a fight in the enemy jungle. Cryogen and Masu leading the way. Gakgos following right behind as Griffin ults in. Goes after Blabber, but that's not the right target. Nice ulti again from Cryogen, but it's not nice enough. Gakgos takes out Thanatos, but Flyquest have already lost Cryo and Gakgos both. C9 continuing to chase, looking for more. Blabber another day. The shield is enough to protect him from the lethality of the True Shot Barrage as APA, meanwhile, is going to find an objective for C9 up here in the top.
Yeah, they're going to trade a bit of pressure here because Flyquest still have bottom side pushing too and more members after forcing the Karma back to base. Vulcan is going to survive, but still going to be able to trade the secondary tower.
Yeah, that turret is not long for this world, so Flyquest going to build that lead back up right about to 4,000. where it was earlier. A little bit less than that, but they'll still feel happy about it. Flyquest,
biggest front line in the entire game on either side by a large margin, and he's going to get level 16. Wait a second.
Yow's under pressure already. Knocked back for the Weaver's Wall. Massive pick coming out from Flyquest, and again, a three-man Pop Blossom. C9 just met a watery grave here in the river. Double kill of an Amasu. The clone won't matter. Blabber doesn't matter. APA doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is Flyquest just found exactly what they needed. Blabber and APA trying to get away, but a nice vault seals their fate. Flyquest just got an ace for nothing.
It's a 5-for-0 ace. What an engage from Cryogen, who is having an incredible series here. Flyquest are going to head to the Baron. They get the Dragon. They deny the Soul. They go 5-for-0. What a series of plays.
All you need is a little bit of well-placed CC and big damage from Flyquest. Baron will be theirs. Yeah, you don't win on this push, but holy moly, they just blew this game open.
They didn't blow it open. They just won. I know that as commentators we're not supposed to say that, but they just won. This game was close until it wasn't.
Angel on Nocturne. I mean, yeah, they don't have like traditional tanks, but an extra life is way more time than a tank would actually live with this much damage floating around on the Rift. So now with the Baron, with the Guardian Angel on Griffin, they're pushing in on all sides. And Cloud9, they're starting to pray for a miracle.
Okay, they lose their tier 2 turret here in the mid lane. Both those tier 2s gone now. Weaver's Wall not going to get the pick they're looking for. Blabber looking for a flank, but instead he only finds Griffin with Gat goes right behind him. Thanatos can't make his way into the fight. Cryogen trying to get away, drops a defensive Pop Blossom, but not a lot of effect on that one. Beautiful double root coming out though, as now Gatghost will finish the kill onto Blabber. Flyquest going to try to run down the rest of C9 here. Griffin with the Guardian Angel flashing forward for the kill there. Killing spree as he takes out APA. Gatghost want to give this soul over to C9, and they're in such a powerful position to keep their opponents away from it. Flyquest looking for any sort of poke they can find. Remember, this team does not have a true front line. It's got to be a full send, all on damage. There's your Weaver's Wall separating C9 away from Blabber, so he has to use his clone to get back over the wall. Gatghost already prepared here with the behind enemy lines, as now APA tries to make the engage, but Blabber's gonna try to escape, but Cryogen locks him up. Griffin beats him down. Rampage back over to the Nocturne as C9 try to fight, but it's not gonna work. It's already 3 kills back over to Flyquest. Thanatos about to fall here too, wants to get one back, but he will not. Vulcan's the only one standing, and Flyquest, they've got minions pushing down mid lane. You can see the pings right now. They're looking to take us to silver scrapes.
You can hear the music coming, man. Flyquest have sealed the deal on this game 4.
Flyquest looking strong for how bad game 1 was, for how close game 2 was, only to lose at the very end. They bounced back in game 3. They have owned game 4. It is a 13,000 gold lead. Remember, C9 chose this. C9 wanted this, and C9 are 1 game away from losing this. Flyquest take game 4.
It would be an interesting angle here, into the Swain. I don't know if they're just kind of trying to bait here, or if they're actually going to consider it. I don't really expect it. I just feel like you give up too much wave clear early, you're going to be constantly pushed in. So instead, it is going to be more standard, will be the Azir. So we are thinking this now means Gatghost will be the one playing the Akali. I remember one of the old Dragon Swain skins spawns all these little dragons everywhere around the map,
little
like perching
one?
And stuff.
Yeah.
So that is pretty cool. A nice little detail there.
Yeah. Why does Swain get to change the map, huh? I was thinking,
you want Volibear to change the map? Blabber's trying to change the map by killing Quad here, but the flash backwards from Flyquest mid laner means it ain't gonna happen. It's first blood over to Quad, and Fly aren't done just yet. APA down to 150 HP, finds the never move to drag Quad into the turret.
Everyone's always like, we need to get our Azir to scale, give him some money. Rarely does it happen this early, Babot.
Once more, it's Masu under pressure. Vulcan and Sven doing a great job engaging on the Callista once more. We heard from Apollo. Callista Renata. They drafted it because most of the answers are gone, but clearly Masu under pressure. Vulcan and Sven doing a great job engaging on the Callista once more. We heard from Apollo. Callista Renata. They drafted it because most of the answers are gone, but clearly C9.
Very difficult to fight through them.
All right, they're walking into the river here. Griffin and Quad from the top side. Cryogen and Masu from the bottom side. It's a pincer.
Okay, Flyquest ready to try to fight for it, but immediately C9 going in after Griffin. They want to burst down the Mundo, staying alive right now with a maximum dosage, but it's not enough. Sven takes the kill. The Mundo falls. Griffin's out of the picture as C9 maintain control over the bottom side river.
When they try and pull a pincer on you, you just immediately attack one side that is approaching. All of Cloud9 in unison turn right up onto Griffin, and even though he's Mundo, they don't care.
Sven was able to finish him off, and now has a completed Ghost Blade here already for Sven, so it's going to be a lot harder to lock down.
Yeah, this Jhin with a nearly 1,000 individual gold lead. C9 up a single kill, but the gold overall tied here between the two teams, as there's also a sizable lead for Quad in the mid lane on this Azir. You guys touched on it earlier when we saw the first 2v2 over in mid, getting this hyper-scaling mid laner, this powerful carry off to this start for Flyquest, and you can see right there, Quad has already purchased his Nashor's Tooth 9 minutes and 23 seconds into the game.
Yep, Quad doing great. Top side on fire. He just hops away.
Literally. He's ignited, but not quite going to find a kill here. Gakkos, though, no more smoke available as Thanatos is going to try to attack these minions a couple times. Charge up the Narvar, throws out the boomerang. Meanwhile, down here in the bottom lane, 2v2 continues up in the top side. Gakkos flashing away from the Glacial Prison, staying alive for now as the curtain call opens up in the bottom lane. Masu trying to get away, needs to escape outside of the edge. Masu, he bleeds down to the Deathfire Torch. And that means Sven goes on a killing spree. Beautifully done.
Kind of circulating around the other side just for the crab anyway, so he's not really going to care that much.
Thanatos jumping in here. Finds a quick combo onto Gakkos, but the Akali getting away for now. Thanatos just jumps on him, though. If the Akali is the answer to the Gnar, the answer's marked wrong. Azir and Mundo, that feels really good to get ahead with early because they scale so well. Kalista doesn't scale compared to other AD carries, and so for her to be 2,000 gold behind is rough.
Yeah, it is extreme.
For more minion control while he's getting kind of blasted down there.
I mean, hey, the Shiv will proc the Blade of the Ruined King now. Right? You
Perfect.
Just Blade of the Ruined King everybody there with your Shiv, as the Rift Herald has already been secured by Griffin and Flyquest. C9 show up, but it's a little bit too little, a little bit too late. Thanatos at least getting some alone time here with the bottom lane tier 1 turret. Should be able to secure that one for C9.
Yeah, it's kind of the payment down there. The split push with this Gnar. Guess what? Again, we keep highlighting Thanatos for Blabber here, but Sejuani definitely serves the full purpose at the moment as Griffin gets interrupted.
Oh, yeah, Griffin gonna eat that combo there as Vulcan chases after him. Thanatos right behind.
He was shopping.
Yeah,
sure.
that was
Didn't even move immediately. Around, like, fine, we can't fight the dragon. We'll try and make something on the other side of the map. Here, they're doing the same thing. Fine, we can't deal with the dragon. Can we do something on the top side of the map? Well, we can take Krugs.
Yeah, I thought they might have looked for a Herald play, to be honest, but decided to just hold on to the Herald for now. They are clearly just trying to funnel gold into Quad. This is your best shot at winning for sure. I mean, Masu was an entire item behind on an early game champ. It's probably just not going to happen unless he randomly gets, you know, a bunch of kills in a team fight or something. So I think playing towards Quad, just enabling him as best as you possibly can, makes allies. He is playing, you know, on that Nashor's, has lethal tempo, so definitely going to be doing a lot of damage.
Oh, nice Glacial Prison there from Blabber. As soon as Gakkos tries to go into the brush, he's met with CC into the execution from the curtain call. Thanks to Sven. C9
no recourse whatsoever there from Flyquest. Masu loses his flash. Thanatos takes a tower for free on the top side, and even is under so little pressure that he's going to deny the wave before taking this. So Cloud9 really feeling like they are completely running away with it in game number 5. Has been a very close series. You know, Flyquest was...
See where you place your wards if you do. And so the next line of wards becomes even easier for them. Now Gakkos.
Once again, it's Gakkos getting caught by the CC from the Sejuani. He tries to get away over the wall, but it won't work. C9 have this Akali figured out. C9 got a pretty heavy wallet right now. Do some reps in the gym, just lifting that thing. Meanwhile, mid lane. Ooh, there's your Glacial Prison over onto Cryogen. Thanatos jumps in. Flyquest support, low HP. However, he does save his flash. He does save his ultimate. Thanatos also losing about 40% of his own health bar as Flyquest continue the approach. APA drops the ulti. They're ready to go in. They find the combo on Amasu. The never move pulls him right back in. And he's not getting bailed out of this one. Vulcan getting away off to the side. Gakkos finally kills him off. Thanatos finally going to drop to quad. Flyquest firing back a little bit here, but Blabber's already doing the dragon. APA still in the middle of everybody. The Swain train has arrived. Triple kill over to APA, and C9 take the ace and the Dragon Soul.
No miracle for Quad today. Cloud9 finished the job. Mountain Soul and the free push down mid lane for Sven, who survives there with the four-shot flash to escape with his life. The engage, look at this engage onto Masha.
I don't know, 5-10% health maybe to not let that reset happen.
Well, let's see where we go from here. Griffin trying to flash away, but he gets locked up by the Deadly Flourish. One CC after another. C9 try to commit onto the Mundo, but Griffin with the flash manages to get away. Thanatos, however, has found another target. He'll get a second flash, this time out of Cryogen. Deadly Flourish not hitting the mark to follow that one up, but C9 taking Summoner Spells for free.
Yeah, they get Summoner Spells, and they probably should get the Baron after that. Flyquest are trying to split push here with Quad, who technically does have Teleport. Does he want to actually use it, though, to go contest? It's just so hard because you just lost all your Summoner Spells, and you have no control. You can't approach. It's into the darkness, so let's get as little money as you can.
Spooky.
Yeah.
It's a very spooky map state, game state, series state for Flyquest. All these states are not good.
Yeah, I agree. It is really tough. I mean, one light at the end of the tunnel perhaps is, and he does have a Void Staff now completed for that third item. But the reality is Cloud9 does not have to flip an Elder to win this game. They can just play it safe and slow and try to grind out this win and secure themselves the first win in playoffs.
And it also vindicates their choice of opponent. Remember, that was what I was thinking at the end of game number 4 after Flyquest were looking like they could make this reverse sweep happen, is if you pick an opponent that then beats you, you're kind of kicking yourself a little bit for that one. But C9 looking very strong here so far in game number 5, taking out that tier 2 turret.
Through now, Locket just got completed for Vulcan. He went for Zeke's first, but now you have the Locket. Now you have the Seekers. The Zonia's almost done there for APA, so it's going to be tough.
All right, Griffin, once again, the target of the Glacial Prison. As the Deadly Flourish follows it up, Curtain Call opens. Griffin getting away. Fourth shot hurts, but because the third one missed, it can't quite get him low enough. I'm not sure whether or not that would have been a kill if all 4 connected. But it does not matter. Flyquest stay alive for now.
Yeah, and they're just buying more time for Thanatos to push on in with the Baron buff. All these buffed up minions are going to do a lot of work too. So C9.
Ooh, Quad using the Azir ulti there defensively. Worried that C9 might commit for him, but he doesn't get a lot of value out of it, so that just means another tool for Flyquest unavailable.
And it is scary because he knows if he dies, the game ends instantly, right? Yeah. He is basically their only hope there, and he saw the angle that Blabber might be going in, so tried to kind of predictively ult him back, but Thanatos is just grinding out this win here, pushing through the side lane. No one can answer him.
Thanatos Gnar is just all sorts of a monster, man, as he is going to have alone time here with the mid lane inhibitor. Flyquest now having to back away from APA. The Swain creating so much space for the rest of C9 to move into the enemy jungle. Nevermove finds Quad as a target. Hostile takeover, only going to get Vulcan, really. But their wards are being cleared away. Everything is so bleak and so dark here on Summoner's Rift for Flyquest. Thanatos just trying to get a little bit of poke here. Vulcan jumps in for the headbutt pull. Griffin staying alive for now. Vulcan in the middle of everybody. Mundo going to be the target, but he is tanking it out. EP ready to reinforce Flyquest as C9 go to send it, but they do not find success. Griffin still marching forward. Maximum dosage about to wear out. APA with a flash, ready to follow. Thanatos, meanwhile, back in the enemy base as the fight continues raging on. C9 just has to stop the backs. Teleport trying to be channeled. Flyquest wanting to try to keep their Nexus alive. Quad arrives. Thanatos about to go Mega. Meanwhile, on the fight down here on the bottom side, hostile takeover flies out. Thanatos already found the first turret. Flyquest continuing to try to find the kills as Gakko shuts down Blabber. Flyquest going forward. APA using the Nevermove here. Masu staying alive for now. Sven going unstoppable. Akali down. Gakko's falls. Thanatos push back from the Nexus. Meanwhile, it's a wipe down here on the bottom side as the Deadly Flourish finds Griffin, but he still gets away for now. 3 dead on the Flyquest side in the 4v4. 2 dead on C9. Griffin still getting away for now.
This is ridiculously close there. Griffin is going to get finished off. Sven was a split second from dying to Gakkos. If Sven dies there, Fly might have gotten the Elder. That was ridiculously close. And Thanatos just TPs away from the fight, goes for the end. That forces Quad to respond here. At the end of the day, Sven does survive, so the ifs, ands, or buts do not matter. They will get the Elder here. And that is one step closer to C9 closing out this game.
Yeah, and it's like a skip step because you get the Elder and you skip on over to Baron and then you get Baron as well and then you look for the end. Let's take a look. This fight got so crazy. So they go in, Vulcan with the engage. As you pointed out, there are already 2 people at Nexus trying to end and defend.
And once they have the Baron, they're not really going to give Flyquest a choice. They already have the mid lane inhibitor destroyed. It will not respawn for another 75 seconds or so, and now C9 can just group up and push down top.
Quad needs 400 gold for the death cap. That would be so big, but they're just, like you said, not going to give them the time.
All right, C9 grouped up as 4, pushing down top lane. Thanatos splitting in mid to make sure pressure remains in 2 different places, so it's harder for Flyquest to defend. Elder still up and running for another minute and a half or so, as C9 have taken out the tier 3 turret here in the top lane. Thanatos continuing to push down mid. Sven has plenty of damage to get rid of this top lane inhibitor. It's out of there as Flyquest scramble to try to protect their only remaining Nexus turret. This is likely to be the end of the game right here as Quad gets caught out by the engage coming in from Vulcan. APA in the middle of everybody here with the Swain ulti raging yet again. The Elder will claim its first victims. Bottom lane of Flyquest already out of the picture. Blabber finally dies, but it is not enough. Only Griffin still standing here alongside Gakgos trying to get something. But despite it going the distance, despite nearly being reverse swept, Cloud9 will deny Flyquest and win their first series.